Who would you say is your favourite fictional president?
Leslie Nielsen from Scary Movie 3. It's not even a competition. According to various interviews given during and after his presidency, during his time as leader of the free world, Barack Obama spent a considerable amount of his time dunking on various members of his cabinet. Oddly, contrary to what you would expect given the fact he was the fucking president at the time, Barack Obama always told his staff to try as hard as they could to whoop his ass.
How old was Barack Obama when he was president?
About 50.
So I can't imagine whooping the ass of a 50-year-old man to be that difficult.
What, at basketball? No. Or many other things. Also no. But oddly, it was with Obama because he played basketball in college. And you'd think, obviously, it's a sport where you have to be able to jump, half a dozen vertical feet into the air and, dodge past fridge-sized gentlemen with, the speed and reflexes of, some sort of cheetah man. But Obama was apparently a really fucking good basketball player despite his age, as various clips of him just effortlessly throwing three-pointers online can attest to.
Whap.
Not wanting the skills he developed in college to dull, Obama let it be known amongst members of his cabinet that he was always down to throw down at a game of basketball at a moment's notice.
So you said he played against members of his cabinet?
Yeah, and his staff whenever he had the time.
Were they any good at basketball?
They were, because Barack Obama went out of his way to staff his cabinet with people he knew had played ball in college to make sure he always had a healthy pool of opponents to choose from whenever he felt like styling on a motherfucker.
I love that he might have had a stack of CVs in front of him, and the only deciding factor between two equally good politicians
was whether they played basketball in college.
Basketball.
And there's a quote from some sports journalist somewhere says, this is probably the most talented basketball playing cabinet we've ever had in office. In addition to making sure his cabinet was full of people who played basketball in college, Obama additionally honed his skills by cutting his teeth against the best players in the world by frequently inviting former and current members of the NBA to come play basketball with him at the White House. You can't even be mad at an abuse of power like that, can you? Because it's just so petty.
I'd love it if he got into politics just because he knew one day, as president, he could play with all these famous people.
Well, he played with loads of them. There's so many stories in playing with famous people. Even, actual current members of the NBA said, he's old as shit and he doesn't practice as much as he can because he's too busy being president, but I can see he's got some skills. Oh yeah, just humour him, he's the president. And he does, the scene from, the David Chappelle Prince skit, where he just does, a twisting overhead, backboard smasher, and starts grinding on the fucking post. And wow, we should probably take this guy seriously, he's got skills. He knows what he's doing.
Game. Blouses.
So Obama was using his presidential power
Yes.
to invite NBA stars over so he could play basketball with them.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm honestly surprised he didn't try flexing the full might of his president penis by trying to get a sequel to Space Jam made where he was the star. According to those lucky enough to now say they balled with the leader of the free world, playing against Obama was a nerve-wracking experience.
I'm assuming that's because he had an entourage of Secret Service agents just gathered around him in a circle so that nobody could get to him.
Just at all times. He's doing that six-pack manoeuvre from that football advert. It's the reason he's so good at basketball is he runs down the court dribbling, but he's got a perfect circle of Secret Service agents just tasing people who come near him, like the Batmobile in Arkham Knight. Have you seen that?
No.
In Arkham Knight, you get the Batmobile.
Yeah.
But, obviously, what's the first thing you're going to try and do when playing with a Batmobile? Run people over. But Batman doesn't kill. So what they do is they put a little animation of when you hit people, a little taser, so they bounce off the Batmobile. So they're not dead, they just got tased. As you see, their corpse go... I just love that idea, just Obama just dribbling his way across the court. I'm so good at basketball. It's just professional NBA stars getting tased in front of him. It's like when Mr. Burns goes bowling, isn't it? And Smith just kicks over the pins at the end.
Do you think that was the same with Obama, but it was Joe Biden doing that instead? Every time Obama took a shot, Joe Biden runs up and dunks it for him.
As amusing as it is to think that the reason it was so scary to play against Obama is because you might get tased by a Secret Service agent or worse, it's actually because of his swarming, offense-orientated style of play and win-at-all-cost attitude.
You say win at all costs. Surely everybody wants to win.
They do, but Obama wanted to win fairly. And it's noted one of the few things that would piss him off while playing basketball is people not taking the game seriously or trying to go easy on him.
That reminds me of that prince in A Knight's Tale, the one who really wants to joust.
That's actually a pretty good comparison. So if people haven't seen A Knight's Tale, it's a film about jousting starring Heath Ledger. We've talked about it before. There's a video about it. Go watch it. Don't read the comments though. And there's a bit in that where there's a prince who wants to joust. And every time he tries to joust, people say, oh shit, it's the prince. I want to drop out and just retire from this event. And he wins by default. And the prince gets really pissed off about it. He's like, I know I'm a prince, but try and treat me like an ordinary person. I just want to joust. I like that Obama's there like, I know I'm the president, I just want to play basketball. Treat me like an ordinary guy. As 16 snipers just point laser sights at their balls. And they're like, I'm sorry, Mr. President, I can't. So what Obama used to do to get people to play seriously is he trash talked them during games. So if they were going easy on him and he could tell they're going easy on him, he'd just start talking shit. And they get so pissed off they start to play seriously because they might not want to foul the president, but they also don't want to get made look a fool by the president.
Nobody ever lets me win because if you let me win, you'll never hear the end of it. I'll talk a little trash about you.
That sounds like a video game tactic.
It is a video game tactic. That's how you beat Vergil in Devil May Cry 3. Because if you taunt Vergil in that game, he just goes, now I'm motivated, assumes Devil Trigger form, and just endlessly Helm Breakers 40,000 times. And I imagine that's what Obama did. He sees someone taking it easy on him, obviously not respecting his skills as a baller. And he just goes he just does the Dante taunt of hey, come on! And you just see all the members of his cabinet who are playing against him enter Devil Trigger mode, slick their hair back, say now I'm motivated, just that Helm Breaker in with the basketball. More video games need to be like Devil May Cry 3, where your opponents respond to your taunts. So a lot of games have taunts, but the idea of taunting and your opponent responds to it always cracks me up. And that's why I love Revengeance, because when you play as Jetstream Sam, his gameplay mechanic is shit talking, and every enemy in the game, including robots, respond to getting taunted. And you can taunt Metal Gear Ray. Metal Gear Ray, an unmanned robot, gets salty when it's taunted. You can taunt a robot and the robot gets salt. It's amazing.
Oh my god.
Yes! Why does the Ray get butthurt?
As childish as that might sound, some people out there, taunting does work and make you play seriously, as anyone who's played video games can attest to. Because I'll tell you what, when I got sniped in Halo 3 and I saw someone come and teabag my corpse, I would do that thing that all gamers instinctually do when they start taking shit seriously, and lean forward and sit on the edge of the couch and put my elbows on my knees and go, this guy's fucking had it now, and put your face 3 inches from the screen.
So Obama just wanted to be treated like an ordinary guy when he played some basketball.
Pretty much, yeah.
But if I was playing against him, I'd constantly be hesitating anywhere near him when I watched the Secret Service guys wandering around the edge of the court, just ready to run in.
That was a problem, and according to people who played with Obama, initially the Secret Service would rush in and separate people when they crowded the president, as much was their job. And Obama eventually started getting so pissed off with this, he'd wave them off and tell them, it's part of the game, stop ruining it for me. Obama reportedly enjoyed the hustle and bustle of pickup games so much that when a guy called Ray Desarega elbowed him in the face during a pickup game, an injury that resulted in the president needing 12 stitches, he found the whole thing hilarious.
So Obama found it funny that he got elbowed in the face and needed 12 stitches?
Yeah, and according to Ray Desarega, he said after the fact he was shitting bricks. He's like, I just elbowed the president in the face. And he's like, oh shit, am I going to get in trouble? And he says a couple of days later, he got a letter from the president, and he's thinking, oh god, am I getting fired? Is this treason papers or some shit? And he opened it up, and inside was a photo of the exact moment he clocked Obama in the face with his elbow, complete with a note from Obama himself saying, congratulations on being the first man in human history to punch the president and get away with it.
How did Obama actually manage to get a picture of that?
Well, something people might not know is that when you're president, there's a guy who follows you around taking pictures of pretty much everything you do for historical record, and Obama's photographer just so happened to capture the exact moment he was elbowed in the middle of his face. And Obama got that photo, had it framed, and sent to Desiree as a gift, with, like I said, with a note saying, "Congrats on the first guy to clock the president and get away with it."
I think that's really nice of him, because even though he's like the president and he's clearly the most important person on that court, he at least has some humility.
Yeah, and while you're thinking that, I should point out that Obama would do the exact opposite, and when his photographer happened to capture the exact moment he crossed someone up or dunked on them, he would similarly have that photo framed and sent to the person in it, complete with a note saying, "Get better, scrub." As amusing as this story is, one part of it that always annoys me is the fact that Obama never thought to make members of his Secret Service part of his team. Can you imagine how good on defence members of the Secret Service would be? Imagine how good at blocking shots they'd fucking be. Just like, oh no, it's going to go in. They pull out a gun and just shoot it out of the air.
No, what I'd have done if I was Obama is I'd have set up an American football team where his Secret Service guys were on his team with him. So if they gave him the ball and he ran, their job is to stop anyone getting to
Just
him.
the wedge.
Yeah.
I think the flying V, wasn't it, from the Mighty Ducks? Only secret security guys with just knives, just stabbing people as they go up. It's established that Obama was good at basketball, but I'm just thinking, what about if he wasn't, and his secret security guys were just cheating for him the entire time, and he didn't realise it because they're so good at their job, and he thought he was good at every single sport.
I'm just picturing like the various sports like darts, where he'll throw it, and then as he turns around to take a sip of his drink, one of his guys
Yeah,
moves
one of those
it.
like CIA like dart gun things that's could give you a heart attack and fire it at middle at ball.
Yeah, one of his Secret Service snipers shoots his dart out of the air, and someone behind him with a sniper rifle fires the dart.
Is that
at the
even when he's
2020.
playing pool? It's like that moment, isn't it, where Homer's in charge of the stonecutters, and they're all playing with their cards facing Homer. And Obama just thinks he's really good. It's like, man, you guys suck at this.
What sport do you reckon would be most impacted for the opponents if they knew that there were trained snipers pointing at the pitch?
I think all of them.
There's like a sport that requires ultimate concentration, like golf, where you actually like
All
putting in
presidents
golf.
play golf, don't they? Some more than others, apparently. But it's the idea that I think JFK is my favourite example of a golf-playing president, because JFK was apparently an amazing golfer. Like they said, like he could have gone pro, but he downplayed his own golf skill. Like he limited his own skill and pretended he wasn't that good at the game because he wanted to appear like an everyman to his constituents and like the people of America. Because he thought like golf's a rich man's game. And if I'm good at it, it doesn't reflect well on me. So he just said, oh yeah, I'd just never talk about golf, even though I can like whoop anyone's ass at it. Then he just like smash cut to Obama and he just sent him a picture of like his balls in someone's face as he's like just hanging onto the hoop.